Good morning, world. It's Ivan Amara. So I'm off today. Hope you guys enjoyed my show yesterday. I made about Skies' entertainment and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Victoria dresses is a crazy woman, man. She always annoys my sleep. She's fucking crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why I put the rule don't touch her. And now she cries me every night because you guys touched her, man. I put the rule don't touch her. I put the fucking rule don't touch me, Jay, and now she cries to me because what? Because you touched her. Yeah. Does VJ's family and my family care when VJ cries every day? No, they don't care. They're the ones who made the choice to separate us and touch her and cause this mess. They obviously don't care. They're blind big people, yeah. They don't care if what VJ cries every tears. Families. Because they're crazy people, yeah. They don't care if VJ cries. Yeah. They don't care if VJ cries, obviously. Yeah. Did you have siblings for VJ? Yeah, I did. Like back in like 2018, 2019-ish, 2019, I had a little bit of sympathy for VJ when she cried to me. Every night when she was crying, I had sympathy. Obviously. But now it's getting beyond annoying. And every night it's been on every night since what? Like, I started hearing the crying since what? 2019, late 2018. So it's been going on every day for 6 years, 7 years. Yeah, man, VJ's crazy. That's why I put the rule don't touch her, man. Yeah, VJ's a crazy woman. That's why I put the rule don't touch her. Yeah, my wife's a crazy woman. She sees a light and you touch her and she sees how she'll be a crazy woman. Honestly, and VJ can't do without me because VJ is I'm VJ's baby. And I'm why. Hence why VJ cries me, because she wants to be with me and she knows the world will never let her be with me, man. You guys are fucking crazy people, yeah. VJ knows that, yeah, she's crazy, man. She knows the situation feels hopeless. Even though Ivan wrote his book and he has the keys to the kingdom, the gates are powerful. They're going to do whatever they can to prevent him from being king, yes. Even if I save my money, even when I save my money and all stuff and I get my book proof for it, watch Ivan, more bullshit's going to happen, man. I don't want you to be with me, they're crazy people. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. They don't want you being king, Ivan. The families are crazy people. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I have the keys to the kingdom, even though I don't like the keys, I trip and everything. I give the keys that way I can open my own door. I don't sell the gates, Ivan. The keys is what gives me hope. Even though I hate the keys, I trip and everything. I have panic attacks of anxiety, obviously. And the keys is very annoying because I don't read my mind. It's easy money. I can open my own door. I can make easy billions. I don't sell the gates, man. That's the hope, obviously, right? Yeah. Ivan, I read your very unique book. I read your very unique book. Holy shit, man! You're an amazing storyteller. Yes. When I told you I was an amazing storyteller, I wasn't playing around. I know how to hook you and tell a good story. I'm an amazing storyteller. You guys obviously paused and read it, and you're like, holy shit, man, that sounds like an interesting start to your story. Yes, when I told you I'm an amazing storyteller, I wasn't playing around. I'm an amazing storyteller. I have the gift. Yeah, Ivan, you got it, man. Yeah, I have the gift, man. A gift from the heavens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You guys read it? Because I guarantee you when I told you my past videos, that I was an amazing storyteller. I guarantee you guys thought maybe Ivan's over exaggerated. Maybe he's not that good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's okay. His writing is not that good. And I showed you what I wrote down for Xanus. You guys read it, obviously. Holy shit, Ivan's writing looks good. And I showed you what I wrote down for their unique. That's my beginning of their unique. Holy shit, that like if that were made into a movie, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, like Ivan, you're gifted. Yes, I told you I'm gifted. I wasn't playing around. I'm very gifted. I have the gift from the heavens, man. Yeah. My writing can be a little bit raw sometimes. Like sometimes my even amazing storytellers need editors, obviously. Sometimes my writing is good, but sometimes my dialogue can be a little raw, maybe, and you can use an editor to maybe polish it up a little bit. But when you read the story, it's good. It's good quality writing, and it's good enough to keep you hooked. Yeah, I read the beginning of the holy shit, man, that sounds interesting. But I didn't show you everything because I didn't show you everything because when I scroll down, you guys missed some of the dialogue, obviously. I might re-show you it again, that way you can read the entire whole thing without me cutting some of the dialogue out. And you guys didn't really continue the dialogue, but you read the majority of it. That sounds like an interesting start to your story. Yes, that was what I wrote down when I was in college. They're unique. Yeah. That was what I wrote down in college. When I wrote They're Unique, obviously. I guarantee VG Red's like, holy shit, Ivan, you wrote that? I'm like, yeah, I wrote that. Holy shit, that sounds like an amazing start to your story, Ivan. Yeah. VG's probably like, you should have wrote They're Unique and said, yeah, but I'd rather write a fantasy novel than fucking a romance story, right? Yeah. I'd rather write fantasy than write a romance story. Fantasy is better than romance, right? Yeah. Romance is good, but it's not as interesting as fantasy, right? Fantasy is better. Yeah, Ivan, you're good, man. Holy shit, man! Like I underestimated, man. You actually are a good storyteller. Yes. And now you guys understand why when I say my book Xanus is better than Lord of the Rings, I'm not playing around. It's actually a better book than Lord of the Rings. It's a masterpiece. The plot is so deep it will blow your mind away. My book. And if I wrote They're Unique, I think it would be just as good as Xanus. If some people might even like it better, the woman might like it better. Yeah, I love your start to They're Unique. That sounds like an interesting fucking story, man. Like with a cab driver and like, yeah. Well, I told you I'm an amazing storyteller. I'm not playing around. I'm gifted, man. I have the gift from the heavens. God gave me each of the gifts, man. We're gifted. Why did God give you the gifts? He gave us the gifts because he knew the gatekeepers will lock the doors on us. So he gave us the gifts. Yeah. Obviously. Like, I'm not that smart of a person, but when I told you I'm a creative genius, I wasn't joking around. I'm actually a creative genius. I have all these pictures in my mind, and I can tell an amazing story because I'm gifted, man. I have a gift from the heavens. Yeah. I wrote that when I was in class in college, their unique story, and that's what I wrote down so far. That sounds interesting, I know. That also sounds like a masterpiece. Yes, it's a fucking amazing story. Yeah, when I read your book, I was hooked. Hooked enough to keep reading. Yes, I'm good at hooking the reader and to keep you turn the page. Obviously. Whereas all these other authors out there, they have richer speech with all the their amazing, they have their amazing eloquence of their speech and all that stuff. But when you read it, it's boring. Whereas me, I don't really have the amazing. I have some nice, beautiful words here and there, but my prose is very amazing, and I know how to keep you hooked. Whereas a lot of these authors and all that stuff, they're amazing writers. They're amazing writers, obviously. They have like beautiful words and speech, but when you read it, it's boring. Like, yeah, your writing is beautiful, but it's boring. It's like you're not really hooking the reader. Whereas me, I don't really have the amazing, beautiful words. I have some beautiful words. You guys read some of my book, but I'm an amazing storyteller. I know how to keep you hooked. That's what separates me from all these other authors out there, man. Because all these other authors, they have, like, Lord of the Rings has better world building than my book, better speech. Way of Kings and all these books have much better speech than my book. Rich speech, but when you read it, it's some of the sections is boring. Whereas me, I don't really have the amazing speech. It's good speech, obviously, amazing speech, but not as good as their books. But like the characters jump on the page and you're hooked, and I keep you hooked because I'm an amazing storyteller. Yeah. So Sarah? Yeah, Ivan, you sold me, man. We now understand what you really mean when you said you were a good storyteller, you weren't playing around. Yes, when I said I was a good storyteller, I wasn't playing around. I'm a creative genius. I know how to tell a good story. Yeah. Why don't you write The Great Escape? Because I don't know that much about the secret agent. Well, I don't want to write my movies after Xanus. I want to just executive produce with VJ, and I'll have Jonathan Nolan and David S. Goyer write the script for The Great Escape. But I'll be consulting, giving them ideas. But they're going to write it. Obviously. Where Xanus, I'm actually going to put in the work. I'm going to co-write it with Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. And Guillermo del Toro and Fran for my movie. I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. Yeah, we read a bit of your book, and we read there, and yeah, you do sound like your stories sound interesting, and it looks like it's an amazing story. Yes, man. When I say Xanus will blow your mind away, I'm not kidding around. The plot of Xanus will blow your mind away. It's a masterpiece. It's the best fantasy novel ever written. And if I wrote Very Unique would be the best romance novel ever written. Yeah. And you guys read a bit there, and there's something about your writing that's very unique. It stands out from all these other authors. Like, you know how to keep us hooked. Yes, all these authors have better, richer speech. They wow you with their amazing big words. They have amazing speech, beautiful language and all stuff, but it's a bit boring. Like, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing language, but like, are you hooking me? Like, are you getting to the point of the story? Are you hooking me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may have amazing like writing and everything, like beautiful language and everything, but it's boring. You're not really getting to the point and getting the story flowing. Whereas me, I don't really have the amazing words and everything. I have some amazing words, as you guys read in my Very Unique story, but I know how to have the characters jump on the page and I keep you hooked because I'm gifted, man. I have the creative gift. Yeah. Don't hate me, son. Yeah. I have the creative gift. And so when I tell you that Xanus is a masterpiece, guys, I'm not playing around. It is a masterpiece. But some sections of it is a little raw, obviously, because I don't have an editor. Obviously, right? Even the greatest storytellers, you need to have editors, right? Even J.R.R. Tolkien had an editor. J.R.R. Tolkien is arguably the greatest fantasy author, obviously, but he needed an editor. That's why it was me. I wrote Xanus with no editors. That's why you will catch some sections of my book. I even could have used an editor here. It's a little raw, but like most of it, I don't know, 0.5% of my story is raw, but most of it is top notch. Whereas in the Very Unique book that you guys read, it was top notch, but you can catch some of the dialogue. Maybe Ivan could have changed a bit of his words there, a little raw, but it's still good quality, right? Because I'm an amazing storyteller. Yeah. VG, right? Oh my god, Ivan, I love that section of your book. VJ's like, why didn't you write their enigma? Because VJ, I'd rather write fantasy than fucking romance. Yeah. That's why the Gates want to enjoy about Ivan. They know how good your book is. Your book is a masterpiece. My stepmother even told me, Ivan, your book is #1. She told me that. Your book is #1. Your book is #1, Ivan. She told me that. And after I heard my stepfather, he's like, how the heck can you come up with a story like that? Yeah, when they read a bit of my book, they were shocked. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. I wrote a masterpiece. Masterpiece, yeah. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. That's why the Gates want to control your book, Ivan. Yeah, man. Yeah, I like your section there, Unique, when you said, yeah, she was a half-breed, half Rican, half American. Yeah, I know how to throw in some good words and keep you hooked. How they spoiled her unexpectedly. Yeah, that sounds interesting, man. Yeah, I know. When I told you I was giving stories, I wasn't playing around. I'm a creative genius, man. I know how to tell a good story. Me and VJ have the gifts in the heavens. VJ can obviously write a book like me too. She's gifted, obviously. She has the gift too. Yeah. We VJ have the gifts. Yeah. Why did God give the gifts, Ivan? Because he knew the gates would lock the doors, and that's all. You had to give us the gifts. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, if you want to write a book, you have to have a gift. I have to give you the gift. God gave me the heavenly gift. And when I told you I was a good storyteller, I wasn't joking around. Like, you guys read my They're Unique. It's good, yeah, Ivan. That's good, man. That's interesting. I was hooked reading it. Yeah, were you hooked reading it? Yeah, we were hooked, Ivan. Yes. When I told you I was a good storyteller, I wasn't playing around. I'm an amazing storyteller. Yes. Yeah, man. I wasn't joking around when I said I was an amazing storyteller. I'm an amazing storyteller. I got paid today at Dinty's at that Cocoa Fruity, so I can get my burn smokes after this video. Yeah. So VJ knows there's hope. Yeah, VJ knows there's hope. I have the keys to the kingdom, and I wrote the amazing Xanus book, but because the gatekeepers don't want me being king and VJ agreeing with me, they're crazy people. I know more bullshit's gonna happen, man. I just know. Like, they might even delay it to when I might be king maybe when I'm 50, man. They might delay it, man, because they're crazy people. Yeah, man. I highly doubt, though. I'll most likely be paying the fee late 2020s. I'll be king in the early 2030s. I'll be king. Yeah. All I have to do is just get my book proofread, design my cover, and it's ready to be released on Lulu. And I have the keys to the game. I'm selling the gates. I'm not selling to the gates. So once I pay this fee, I'm taking my money, I'm taking my wife, and I'm peacing out. And you guys will be left behind. I wish you guys the best, and I'm going to live that amazing life with my wife. So, Sarah? Yeah. So VJ cries because she got duped. Yeah, she got duped by the gates, man. She's fucking stupid, man. VJ's fucking stupid. She sold out to the Hollywood system, and now she's crying to me to get her out because she got duped by the gates. The gates lock the doors on her, man. She has the keys to the kingdom, but her keys are 100% useless. She's only worth $12 million. Yeah, I even opened my eyes. The doors are locked. I'm like, yes, you have a shitty cure. You're doing all these. And you notice how all the YouTube pundits, they don't talk about Victoria Justice. Nobody talks about Victoria Justice in Hollywood because of the gates lock the doors. So yeah, keep Victoria Justice as a biggest actor. Lock the doors on her. Nobody talks about VJ at all in Hollywood because VJ has a shitty career. She's doing all these like low budget movies, man, and making shitty money, like 300, 400K for movies. The doors are locked on her. Yeah, she's making not bad money, but she's not supposed to be worth $12 million. She's supposed to be a billionaire, man, a multi-billionaire. The Gates will never let her be a billionaire. These are crazy people. They have a psychotic envy towards me and Vijay. They're crazy people, yeah, man. Yeah, I even figured it out. We do with VJ, he's not gonna let us do BBS, man. I know if I sell out, you're gonna lock the doors on me too. You're gonna steal my money and give me peanuts, man. When the world is buying the movie because of me and VJ's keys, not because of you, and I'm not gonna have you steal my money and have you do like that, man. Yeah, man. I mean, you're fucking with my money. It's wrong to steal. I'm like, yeah, if I sell, you're also stealing from me too. Yeah, I shut you for good, man. I'm gonna tell him that, yeah, it's wrong to steal. Yeah, if I sell out to you, you're stealing my money too. You're taking all my billions and giving me VJ the peanuts. You're stealing my money, man. That money doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me and VJ. You're not God. You didn't create this place. And it's what? You have your trillions around the world. You make all the money in the world goes to you. And when VJ sells out to you, you won't even let it be worth $100 million. You're not touching a dime off my book royalties, man. Zero. My masterpiece that I wrote is the money off that book is for me, VJ. It's not for you, Samsara. No. Yeah. It's for me and VJ. It's not for you. Yeah. Ivan, show us more sections of your book. I don't want to do that because I don't want to spoil the story for you, right? You guys will find out what I mean when you read it. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah. I guarantee Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson read it. Yeah, I read a bit of your book, man. Holy shit, your book sounds interesting. Your writing is very good. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like your world sounds amazing. Yeah, my world building is amazing. North and the South. And you have the Northers and the Southers. Like an amazing story. Yeah, I think Volume 3 sounds the most interesting. Yeah, in my opinion, Volume 3 is the best, but you can argue Volume 2 is better too. It just depends on your taste. Whereas Volume 1, in my opinion, is the worst. But some people might like Volume 1 better, right? It just depends on your taste. If you're more into like the life behind the walls and Xanus and that kind of stuff, you might like Volume 1 better. If you're more into the politics and the drama, and Volume 2 is better. And if you're more into the big battle scenes and the plot twist and all that stuff and the big climaxes, in Volume 3 is the best. But in my opinion, Volume 3 is the best. And Volume 2 is a close second, and Volume 1 is the worst, obviously. Yeah. When you read the book. But just everyone will have their own personal taste. Some people might like Volume 2 better, some people might like Volume 3 better, some people might like Volume 1 the best. Yeah, it just depends on your taste when you read my book. So, Sarah? Yeah. Ivan, show us more of your book. Okay, I can show you one section of my book that's really interesting, and I won't show you any more after this because I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. It's the end of Volume 2 before the Cassius can't sleep, and then he talks to Tactius. I'll show you that part, obviously. You guys can read that. And I won't show you guys anymore. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys, right? This is like a trailer for you guys, right? My battery's running out, so I gotta hurry up. This is why I told you I'm an amazing storyteller. My book is sick, man. I'll have you read. This is the end of volume. 2. Okay. This is the end of volume 2. I'll have you read this is the end of volume 2. You can read that, pause it and read it. What happens? I almost spoiled so for you, and I'll show you a bit at the end here. You can pause it and read it. Wait. I'll show you this part again. This is all I'm going to show you guys. I don't want to spoil so for you. This is the end of volume 2. What happens? You'll see what happens. And I'll show you. I'll show you this part here. You can read that. My phone keeps shutting off. Pause and read that. I'll show you the ending here. Right here, you can read that. Wait. Oh, my battery died. I showed you guys enough, you can pause it, right? Yeah. That's what I wrote so far. That sounds sick. Yeah, when you guys pause and read it, you'll see what I mean. I wrote a masterpiece, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's about the wolves coming. Cassius thinks the wolves are coming. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And that leads to the exit of Sapphies. I won't spoil the story for you. That sounds sick. Yeah, I know. I told you my book is sick, man. It's a masterpiece. That's all I'm going to show you guys. I don't want to spoil the story for you. Samsara. Yeah. End of volume 2. Obviously. Yeah. Ivan, show us more. No, I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. That's all I'm showing you. I'm not showing you anything else, man. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You guys will find out when you read the book, right? Yeah. 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 That sounds sick. With Cassius and Tactius, he can't sleep and the wolves are coming. Yeah, that sounds sick, Ivan. I know. My book is sick, man. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. I heard you, Peter Jackson, right? Well, yeah, Ivan, your book looks good, man. It looks better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's better than Lord of the Rings, guys. Lord of the Rings has better, richer speech, richer worldly, but my story's richer, the better story, and my characters are better too. They jump on the page. Yeah. I told you a lot of authors the amazing authors, obviously they wow you with their beautiful words and all stuff, but the book is still a bit boring, right? Yeah, you may have amazing words and everything, but is the story interesting? Are you hooking me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wow you with all these big words that much. Sometimes I do. I have beautiful speech too and words too, but I don't wow you with all these big words. Like, I'm more of a simple writer, but because I'm an amazing storyteller, I know how to hook you. Yeah. There's something about Ivan's writing that's very unique. He knows how to hook you, yes. Yeah. Whereas all these writers, a lot of these famous authors, Some sections of the books are interesting. They have beautiful prose, beautiful speech, beautiful words and everything. But it's still a bit boring. They're not really hooking me. Yes, like you may have better word choices, beautiful speech and language and all that stuff, the language and the speech and everything. But is your story interesting? Are you hooking me? That's what's important. Are you hooking me? Like, yeah, you may have the amazing words and everything, but are you hooking the reader? Because sometimes when people spend pages describing the land and everything with beautiful words, what the character is thinking with beautiful words and everything, it's beautiful. But like, are you hooking the reader? Are you pushing the story forward? Is the story interesting? Samsara? Yeah, obviously. Because me, I get right to the point. I don't spend time with all that the other nonsense and info dumps. I get right to the point. That's why my writing is amazing. That's why my writing is amazing. Yeah, man. I wrote a master's. Yeah, Ivan, that scene sounds sick. Yeah, that's a sneak peek of volume 2. That's all I'm not showing you guys anymore. That's all I'm gonna show you. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. So I'm sorry. Yeah, and everyone's like, holy shit, Ivan, that sounds sick. Your story does sound sick. Yes, my story's sick. It's a sick book. Yeah. It's a sick book. Yeah. You guys will see what I mean when you pause and read it, right? Yeah, Ivan, that sounds sick. Yeah, it's sick, man. Yeah. My book is sick. Yeah, that's why the gates won't get your red eye. I know it's an amazing book. Yeah. You guys read a bit. I showed you guys. You guys read the beginning of the prologue. You guys obviously paused and read it. You read the beginning of volume 2. You read the beginning of volume 3. And I showed you the end of volume 2, right? Towards the end of volume 2, before the Exodus of Saphius. And now you guys understand why my book is sick, man. That sounds like a sick story. Yeah, it's the best fantasy story ever told, man. It's better than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. It's better than Game of Thrones. George R. Martin, don't hate me, guys. It's better than George R. Martin's Game of Thrones. It's better than what? Harry Potter. It's better than Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings, man. And those authors know what I'm talking about. You guys read my book. Yeah, there's something about your writing. Even though you don't really wow us with those big words, you know how to like keep us hooked. Yes. I'm not the greatest at wowing you with the big words now, obviously, but I know I'm a great storyteller. I don't want to keep you hooked. Yeah. I'm sorry. Because I'm not going to lie to you. The George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings and Way of Kings, the writing quality in terms of like the word choices better than my book, obviously. But my story's richer and it's more interesting. Because I'm not the greatest writer. I don't really have knowledge of all these big words of choices. Obviously, my writing is beautiful too. Sometimes I wow you with some nice words and everything, but not on the same level as guys like Brandon Sanderson and George R. R. Martin and J.K. Rowling and J.R.R. Tolkien and all those guys. But my story is richer. It's more interesting. My characters jump on the page. I don't want to keep you hooked. Because I'm a genius, creative genius. I have a gift. You guys read my They're Unique story. Yeah, and that sounds interesting. Yes, you know what I'm saying. And I showed you guys that snippet. That's the sneak peek of the end of volume 2. Ivan, that sounds sick. With the wall, Cassius talks about the walls and everything, and being captured. Yeah, that's honestly, I won't spoil the story for you. That's why looking at the masters that I wrote, the best fantasy novel written. That's why the gates won't control your brand, Ivan. Yeah, man. You know how good it is. They know it's your journey to becoming king and VJ Queen with you. Obviously. They don't want me and VJ living that life, being multi-billionaires. So, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, if there's something about your writing that's very unique, man. It's very, you just know how to hook the reader, man. It's entertaining. Yeah, like I'm an amazing storyteller. When I tell you, when I write a story, when like my writing is, such a good storyteller that like when I write, you're entertained and I keep you hooked. But I don't really wow you with those big words and everything, because I'm not that great of a writer. Whereas all these other authors, they wow you with those big words describing like what the characters think and everything, and the world building, but it's a bit boring. You're not really pushing the story forward. Like, yeah, your writing quality is better than mine, but your storytelling quality is not as good. You're not hooking the reader. Yeah, even though we have like better word choices than I and everything, like sometimes when the reader reads the book, they're a bit bored because we're just dumping them with all these beautiful words. Whereas Ivan gets right to the point. You know what I'm saying? He has amazing prose. I have amazing prose, obviously. I have amazing flow of dialogue most of the time. Sometimes it's a little raw, but most of it's amazing flow of dialogue. And Ivan knows how to keep you hooked and entertain you and keep the story going. Yeah, all my chapters in my book are you're hooked enough whereby you keep reading the page. Like Xanus is a yeah. All the book critics, when I read my book, when I release it on Lulu, they're all gonna say, yeah, Xanus is a page turner. Yeah, it's a page turner. When you read Xanus, you won't be able to put it down. You're gonna binge volume 1 in one day, because every chapter you're just hooked. All this stuff going on in the South and everything, and the wolves. Holy shit, this is sick, man. And you keep reading. And everyone's like, holy shit, man, this is the best fantasy novel I've read in my life. Yes, it's a masterpiece. It's number one. Yeah, it's better than the Rings of Game of Thrones, guys. I'm not joking around. You guys read that section, obviously, right? And then like, yeah, it sounds sick, Ivan. I know, it's a sick book. It's a masterpiece that I wrote. And hence why you're looking at an amazing movie, too, when I adapt the story to the big screen. You're looking at an amazing movie. An amazing movie, yeah. So I showed you guys a little snippet of the end of volume 2. That's all I'm going to show you. You'll find out what happens next when you read the book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You're looking at a masterpiece that I wrote. Yeah, man. An amazing book. Yeah. Yeah. As I agree with Josh, but yeah, Ivan, your story's better than Jared Tolkien's other things. You know, so yeah, Jared Tolkien has better world building, richer speech and everything, but I enjoyed your book more, yes. Even though Jared Tolkien wows you with his amazing speech and the languages and his world building, obviously, the book is still a bit boring, right? So don't be deceived by the beautiful words. Even though the author has beautiful words and everything, like, is the story interesting? Are you entertained when you read it? That's what's really important. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have the greatest word choices and everything. I have amazing word choices, obviously, beautiful speech too, but not on the same level as J.R.R. Tolkien and like George R. R. Martin for Game of Thrones and everything. But like, my book is more entertaining than those books. I keep you more hooked. Holy shit, man! Ivan's book's entertaining. Yeah, it's entertaining. You're looking for the greatest ride of your life when you read it, man. Yeah, that's why the whole world's excited about my book, obviously. Look at that sick book I wrote. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece. That's why the gates won't control my brand. They know how good it is. Yeah, man. They know how good my brand is. Obviously. And with the billions I make off my book, I don't know, my 15 million bucks, me and VJ can start Skies Entertainment and we can make that movie, amazing movie adaptation. And you're looking at the best movie children ever made. The best movie children ever made, yeah, man. The best movie children ever made. Looking at the best movie children ever made, yeah, man. Best movie children ever made. Yeah, I'm off today, so I'm happy. Yay. I don't have to work. I work tomorrow. I always work Fridays, right? So I work tomorrow at Coco Free. Yeah. 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 That's like what? Xanus will be a masterpiece. Like, what book you think would have been better had you written if you wrote Veronique and Xanus? It'd either be a tie or maybe Xanus. Xanus probably be the better story, but Veronique would be almost just as good, man. Veronique would also be an amazing story too. You guys read a bit of Veronique, yeah? That sounds like an interesting start. Yeah, Veronique would have been an amazing story too, but I didn't finish that. I only wrote like 3 pages of that. 2.5 pages of Veronique when I was in college. When I was in class, I wrote it. I didn't finish it. I decided to focus on because back then when I wrote They're Unique, I was like on chapter 6 of Xanus. So I decided, okay, either I finish Xanus or I finish They're Unique. I decided to write. I was initially gonna write 2 books, but I decided to take a pause on They're Unique and just focus on Xanus. I was stressed out, so I finished Xanus. Obviously, I finished my Xanus book, but my They're Unique book I didn't finish. Obviously, did you do brainstorm with They're Unique too? Yeah, I did. I went to the library one day and I did brainstorm with Ernie too. I did some brainstorm with Ernie too. Xanus, I did very little brainstorming per chapter. I brainstormed an idea of what I want to happen in each chapter, obviously. But yeah, I did a little bit of brainstorming, obviously. But it's good to do brainstorming when you write a book, right? It's very important, obviously. You don't have to do detailed brainstorming, but just do a little bit of brainstorming. That way you have an idea of what you want to happen in each chapter. And that's how you write your story, obviously. Because I'm gifted, and I have the creative gift, and I had all the pictures in my mind. Okay, I want this to happen. I write the chapter, and on the next chapter, I have these ideas. Okay, I want this to happen, and it ends up being a masterpiece. I'm a genius. Yeah, yeah. A creative genius. Yeah. Writing a novel's not easy, man. And yet, I wrote a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man, of a novel. I mean, writing a novel's not easy. It's not easy, man. Yeah, man. It's tough. Yeah. That's why what? That's why the gates will enjoy Brad Ivan. And all good is. You know how good your brand is. You know how good your brand is, the gates. Yeah. 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 And Zayn's on make for $2 billion. So $2 billion going towards the 3 volumes. of my movie, and Peter Jackson will be my chosen director for the movie, or Mel Gibson. So $666 million going towards each of the 3 movies. That's why you're looking at an amazing story. $400 million towards visual effects. Everything them are going to be devils and demons, man. It's been crazy for the movie. Amazing battle scenes, amazing war, amazing world building. You're looking at an amazing movie for Xanus. An amazing movie. I'm sorry? Look at an amazing movie for Xanus. And an amazing movie for Xanus. An amazing movie for Xanus. Amazing movie for Xanus. I'm sorry? Looking at an amazing movie for Xanus. Looking at a masterpiece. Yeah. Now, Peter Jackson, yeah, I enjoyed your book more than Jerry Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan. I know, Peter. Yeah, you're looking at a masterpiece. You know, Ivan, your plot is so deep, it blows your mind away, Ivan. Yeah, like, it's such a deep plot. It all makes sense. Like, you start to think about the beginning of the story and the end of the story. And you read the book, the beings are watching Tactius and Airten and all of them. Yeah, it all coincides with the story. It all makes sense. And you read the end of the book, holy shit, that's a masterpiece, man. It's such a deep story. It blows your mind away. Yeah, it's so deep, Ivan. Yeah, it's deeper than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's deeper than Frodo destroying the One Ring, man. Frodo destroying the One Ring is a deep story, obviously. The ring possesses you, but it's not as deep as my book. My book, the end of volume 3, when you read it, when you read volume 3, the big plot twist and the climax, holy shit. Like, Tactius finds out his destiny and everything. Holy shit, the story's so deep, man. This is a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, man. Yeah. Book critics will call it a page turner, yeah. Behind the scenes, yeah, Xanus is a literary masterpiece. It's a page turner. Yeah, it's a page turner. You keep turning the page when you read it. When you read my book, you're going to keep turning the page. You just keep reading it. You binge it. You binge volume 1. You binge volume 2. You binge volume 3. It's a sick book, man. You binge the whole thing. Yeah. Some people might binge the whole book in one sitting, man. They sit down, they read the book for 7-8 hours, and they finish the book. Holy shit. This is a fucking masterpiece, man. I think kept me hooked like no other author did. Yeah, I'm a fucking genius. I'm a literary genius. I'm a creative genius. I kept you hooked. I know how to keep you hooked. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Yeah, I read a portion of your of what you showed us today in your video. Holy shit, that sounds sick, man. With the wolves and everything. Yeah, that sounds sick, man. I wonder what happens next. Yeah, you'll find out when you read the book. I'm not gonna show you anymore, guys. You'll find out what I mean when you read the book. You're looking at a sick book that I wrote, man. It's a sick story. It's a sick, amazing story. Yeah, man. It's a sick book. It's a sick story. My book. It's a masterpiece. That's why the gates won't control your van, Ivan. In all goodness, yeah, man. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. A masterpiece. A masterpiece. It's a cinematic masterpiece. And my book. Hence why what? Hence why Xanus will be a masterpiece, Ivan. You guys will find when I read my book. I wrote an amazing story. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan, when you told us your amazing story, though, you weren't joking around. Oh, holy shit, man. There's something about your writing that's very, very different, man. Like, you know how to hook the reader. Yes, I'm an amazing storyteller. I have the gift, man. The gift from the heavens. I know how to tell a good story, man. Hence why a lot of when I'm king with VJ, a lot of fans are gonna ask me, Ivan, are you gonna write any more books? I'm like, no. Ivan, you should write They're Unique. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna write They're Unique. I'm just gonna be a movie star with VJ because my real dream is to be a movie star. It's not being an author. I only wrote Xanus because I had no choice. The gates locked the doors on me. I had no choice but to write Xanus. But when I make the $1 billion book, I'm gonna stop my big film suit with VJ and I'm gonna be a movie star with VJ. I'm not gonna write books, man. Being a famous author is cool, but it's not as cool as being a famous movie star, right? Being a famous movie star is much cooler than being a famous author. Being a movie star is the dream, the best job in the world. Being a movie star is the best job in the world. Me and VJ are going to be the most famous movie stars in the world. And the most highest paid movie stars in the world. We signed that massive 80-20 deal with Amazon. It's a huge deal. It's a massive contract. Yeah. It's a massive contract, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all those authors, all those published authors around the world, they read my book. Holy shit, Ivan, you are a good storyteller, man. There's something about your writing that really stands out, man. You know how to keep us hooked. Yes, I told you I'm a literary genius. I wasn't joking around. I'm a creative storyteller. I know how to tell a good story and keep you hooked. I'm saying? Yeah. I know how to keep you hooked. I'm an amazing storyteller. I wasn't playing around when I said that, right? Yeah. I'm not going to show you any more of Zane's. I don't want to spoil any more of the story for you. You guys read that snippet of the teaser, a small little teaser at the end of volume 2. That's all I'm going to show you. What happens next, you'll find out what I mean when you read a book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll find out what I mean when you read it. I don't want to spoil the story for you. And that's why Xanus is a masterpiece. It's an amazing story. Yeah, if you can imagine having that on screen, you're looking at an amazing story. Yes, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, man. Better than Lord of the Rings, man. Because, yeah, I mean, your movie would be better than my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, but you'll be better than Lord of the Rings. Looking at a sick movie. Yeah, man. It'll be better than Lord of the Rings. My movie. It'll be sick. It'll be sick. Yeah, that's why the Gates won't enjoy Brad Ivan. Because they know how good your book is. Obviously. And if I sold out and Penguin Random House, if it edited my book, they would probably ruin my story. Look, man, if you guys touch my story, you're gonna ruin it, man. Yeah, if you put me with Penguin Random House, the editors are gonna be editing. I'm like, we should change this, change that, and they end up ruining my story. I don't want anybody touching my story. Xanus is my baby. I don't want anybody touching that, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I have no editors, no copy editors, obviously. Some of my sections of my book is a little raw, obviously, but most of it's top notch. When you read my very unique story, you caught some of the a bit of the raw dialogue. Some of the dialogue, a few of the dialogue was a little raw. Could have used a little bit of an editor there, but it's still good quality writing. Because even the best storytellers have to have editors to polish up their writing, obviously. But I'm an amazing storyteller. I told you I'm an amazing storyteller. I wasn't kidding around. Amazing storyteller, guys. I have the gift from the heavens. I have the gift. No, I mean, that sounds sick, that end of volume 2. Yeah, it's sick, man. It's a sick story. Yeah, it's sick. I'm saying. It's sick. It's sick. Yeah. Ivan, your story's art. Yeah, it's art, man. It's art. Art. It's art, my book. It's art. It's art, my book. Amen. It's art. After this, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna get my beer and smokes. I'm gonna enjoy a show with you guys. Now watch maybe Rad's Assassin's Creed walkthrough. I saw a bit of John Cameron's open mic last night before I went to bed and I passed out, but I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna trip my ass off and I'm gonna get my beer and smokes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds sick. I know. That's why the movie will be a masterpiece, and that's why Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are gonna want to get their hands on my story so bad because they wanted to direct. Yeah, I want to direct Ivan's movie. That sounds like a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. A cinematic masterpiece. It's crazy. Fucking crazy, yeah, man. It's a crazy story. Yeah. Yeah, man. Airtime doubles, all that stuff. Yeah, man. That's why the gates will control your Ben Ivan. Because they're greedy psychopaths. Yeah, you're not touching a dime off my book. Zero. That money's for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're not touching a dime off my book, man. Yeah, man. Not after what you put me through my life. And giving me this mental illness. And I never would have came here with these cursed keys had the gates never locked the doors on me. Because they locked the doors on me, my father had no choice but to give me the keys or by the whole world through my mind. And now, the keys is fucking up my mind, man. Yeah, man. Or by have anxiety and panic attacks and like trip and everything. But I had no choice because the gates locked everything on me. That's why if I want to open my own door, I have to have the keys to the kingdom. Otherwise, I'd be sharing with the garbage wife forever the world. I don't want to share with the garbage wife. I want my VJ all fresh myself. I don't want to share with the world. So I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. So VJ's blue is secure to your mind. Yeah. If I stay green, I'll be fucked up. Yeah, Ivan, you can't be green, man. Like, yeah, if I stayed green, my mind would be fucked up. Whereby when I work and everything, I feel like coming out. I have anxiety attacks, I trip, and I have panic attacks. Whereas VJ's blue is the cure, obviously. I'll still be tripping, obviously, even when I'm a VJ, but I'll be much more calm, much better when I'm with her than I am now. Because right now I'm green, so I'm fucked up, obviously. Yeah. Whereby I think psychotic thoughts and yeah, I'm fucked up in the head. And, yeah. I can't wait to read your book. I know you guys are excited, but you'll see when I mean you'll find out what happens in that next when you read the book. I won't spoil the story for you. That scene leads to the Exodus of Xanus. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Cassius talks about he thinks Eratat and the wolves are coming. Yeah. Even though we escaped from the devil's grasp, we are still in Eratat's territory. Tactius, listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Something doesn't feel, yeah, look at a sick story. Ivan, your writing's very good. Yeah, I told you I'm an amazing storyteller. I don't wow you with the words like I don't wow you with the big words that like Tolkien wows you with. But even though Tolkien wows you with those beautiful words and everything, it can get repetitive and it can get boring, right? Whereas I don't wow you with the big words, but I wow you with the story and the speech and the dialogue, and it makes my stories very entertaining, and I keep you hooked. Oh, I'm a literary genius. I know how to keep you hooked, yeah. I'm a literary genius. I know how to keep you hooked. I'm a genius, man. I'm a genius. Yeah. Hey, give me a second. I was gonna go upstairs and get more coffee. I'll be back in a sec. Skip if you don't. Wait, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Don't hate me, Sorry guys, I went to the bathroom. I'll be back in a sec. Get my coffee. Alright guys, I'm back. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read your book, I know. I wrote a masterpiece looking at 6 stories. How good your book is. My book is so good, you can read it 20 times and never get tired of it. Like, I've read my book like 6 times. I haven't gotten tired of my book. Like, my book is a book you can reread so many times in your life. It's such an amazing story. I'm an amazing storyteller, yeah. Yeah, man. I showed you guys the beginning of my 3 chapters in my book. The prologue, the beginning of volume 2, the beginning of volume 3. When you read Last of Xanus. And I showed you guys what I wrote down for their unique. And I showed you guys today a snippet of the end of volume 2 when Cassius can't sleep and Tachys joins him outside. And pretty much the scene before that, they're sleeping and then Cassius can't sleep. And he goes outside and Tachys is half awake. He sees him leave his bed and he joins him outside. That's why it starts off with can't sleep Tachys. Can't sleep Cassius. Yeah. That sounds sick, I know. It's a sick book, man. I even when I read it, I was hooked, man. You hooked me. Yes, I know how to hook you. I'm a what? I'm a genius, man. I'm a creative genius. Yeah, man. God gave me a gift. I told you guys when I said I was a gifted storyteller, I wasn't playing around. Ivan, I see what you're saying. Nah, you are gifted, man. You got it, man. Yeah, I got it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a gifted storyteller. Yeah, man. You got the gift. Yeah, I got the gift, man. Yeah. You're a gifted storyteller, Ivan. Yes. I even have an idea for all my movies. I'm a creative genius. I'm not gonna write The Great Escape or They're Unique, obviously. But I'm gonna be consulting for the script. I want to be consulting because I'm very creative. I'll have a lot of good ideas to help. They give them ideas for the story, but they're gonna be writing it. I'm not gonna write the script, the script for the movie. Jonathan Nolan and David Asgore are gonna write the Great Escape script. Whereas Mijay will be the script consultants for the movie. I'll write Xanus because Xanus is my story. I wrote it. But after that, I'm never writing a movie ever again. I want to just executive produce with VJ and just act in my movie. I'll let the writers, the Hollywood writers, write the script of the movie. Some Sarah. Yeah. Holy shit! How do you do it, man? Every time you show us a snippet of your writing, you hook me. Yes, I know how to hook you, man. That's what my stepmother told me. Ivan, your book is number one. He told me that. Your book is number one, Ivan. Yeah. And Hollywood will be all over your story, Ivan, I know. But I'm not selling out to the gates. I don't want to be in the fucking Hollywood system. Why the fuck would I be in Hollywood when I can start my own film studio better than Hollywood? Start my own film studio better than the Hollywood system. Yeah. And get all the Hollywood actors out of the Hollywood system and they get their freedom with me. Why the fuck? And I signed that mega deal, the 80-20 deal with Amazon. Why the fuck would I be in the Hollywood system when I can start my own company independent Hollywood system? Why the fuck would I do that, Samsara? Yeah. Ivan, show us more of your book. No, I don't want to spoil more of the story for you guys, man. That's all I'm going to show you. Oh man, I look sick. I want to read more. I know you'll find out what I mean when I release my book on Hulu. You'll find out what happens next when you read the book. Obviously, that's what all the Xanus guys when they read my book, they're all like, "Holy shit, man! I even wrote a master's. I can't wait to be a part of this story." I know. Yeah, John Maega would be like, "Holy shit, man! Ivan's book." Yeah, like this is gonna be a better movie trilogy than the Star Wars sequels. Yeah, the Star Wars sequels were a mess, man. It wasn't planned. Force Awakens was the only movie whereby I give Disney credit. It was pretty good because they built the character of Finn and Rey, whereas Last Jedi was not that good, and Rise of Skywalker was not that good. Ivan, what do you think is worse? You can argue Rise of Skywalker is worse. We can also argue Last Jedi is worse because they did Luke dirty, man. They destroyed Luke's character. They had him be a hermit in an island. That's what really pissed the fans off. Was what? They destroyed the character of Luke. Because Rian Johnson took a risk in taking that risk, man, taking that jump to have Luke being a hermit. Obviously. And they also did John Boyega dirty. His character was a side character and he was a useless character in Last Jedi. He went on a side quest with Rose to find the Codebreaker. And then they get captured and the Codebreaker betrays him. That's pretty much John Boyega's story. John Boyega was a side character in Last Jedi. That's why John Boyega was pissed off that Disney did him dirty, man. His character dirty. But you guys don't have to worry about that for my movie. For my movie, he'll be the star, man. Like Tacitus and Avon Joe and Papari and Cassius are the supporting leads of the story. In the first two volumes, in volume 3, all the actors kind of have like an equal amount of scenes, pretty much. But the first few volumes, they're pretty much the supporting leads. They have a lot of scenes. In the end war, Tacitonius fights Bull the Pit Watcher. So you're gonna see John Boyega fighting Bull the Pit Watcher, the demon wolf. So you give John Boyega the moment to shine when he fights Bull the Pit Watcher. Jimo Hansu fights Morale the General, and I fight for Fool and Tactius. That's why they're kind of like the supporting leads, right? Whereas Avon Jote will not be fighting any of he'll be fighting the other wolves, but not like the Bull the Pit Watcher. Papari's not strong enough to beat Bull the Pit Watcher or Morale because he's a Southern. Whereas Tacitonius and Cassius are trained in Xayan arts, hence they can stand a chance. They can hold their own against the badass wolf fighters. Whereas the Southerners can't beat those guys, obviously. So I'm saying they're too powerful. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, Ivan, show us more. No, guys, I'm not going to show you more. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I don't want Peter making major drastic changes, man. Peter, man, I don't want you ruining my story. I don't want you doing drastic changes whereby you have the ancestors appear in physical form. Don't do that, but you're gonna take away the spotlight from Tactius. Tactius, it's about Tactius. It's not about the ancestors. Yes. So I'm gonna say I won't spoil the story for you. You don't want to do a thing where you have the ancestors appear in physical form. It's like, when I'm Peter, I don't want you ruining my fucking story. Do not have the ancestors appear in physical form. You're gonna take away the spotlight from Tactius. I see what you're saying. And Eretat, do not have the ancestors of the South appear too. You're going to take away the spotlight from Eretat. It's about Tactius and Eretat, and Fuful and Ephesus. It's not about the ancestors. It's their story. You'll see that when you read the book. I don't want to spoil the story for you. It's Tactius' story. It's about him. Obviously, he's the last prince, obviously. That's all I'm going to say. You don't want to spoil a story where you have the ancestors appear in physical form. In the book, they can't appear in physical form. Well, no, they can appear in physical form, but they're not actual in physical form. They're spiritual beings. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't spoil the story for you. If you have them appear in physical form, you're gonna contradict the plot of the story when you read volume 3. I don't want you spoiling the story, Peter. You say, okay, Ivan, yeah, Peter, I don't want you ruining my story. Some Sarah? Yeah. And Peter, I don't want the wolves breaching the walls. You're going to ruin the story. The wall cannot be breached. I don't want Cornelius being a northern. He's a southern Peter. Okay, Ivan, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Ivan, can we add scenes? Yeah, I'll add more scenes. Like Job, like Andy Serkis, I'll be giving him a lot more scenes in the movie, obviously. I'll be giving Andy Serkis a lot more scenes in the movie. That way you give him more scenes. Give Andy Serkis a bit more scenes, obviously, in the movie. Yeah, because a lot of times in the book, Job always says, I want to smoke weed, I want to smoke weed, I want to smoke more weed. All the time he's always saying those lines, I want to smoke some weed. I was thinking he's a pothead. You can add some more scenes. And yeah, Peter Ivan, in the book, he says that a lot. You got to tone it down. Every 10 minutes, he always wants to smoke weed. Tone it down in the movie. Yeah, Peter, we'll tone it down and we can make that change, obviously. We can give Andy Serkis a bit more scenes. Andy Serkis already has enough scenes, but you can give him a bit more scenes to make it more interesting, obviously. With Job the pothead. You're going to see Andy Serkis, he's a pothead. He's like, I said, yeah, Peter Jackson's like, yeah, Andy Serkis was born to play Job. I know, Andy Serkis was born to play Job, man. He's perfect, Job. Andy Serkis. Yeah, man. I'm a... Yeah. Yeah. Alright, is The Last Hope for Xanus better than the Star Wars originals? Yes. If you adapt Last Hope for Xanus, you're looking at a better movie trilogy than the Star Wars originals. Star Wars has better world building in my book. No world building can beat Star Wars. Star Wars has the best world building ever. Star Wars even has a deeper world building than Lord of the Rings. Because you have hundreds of planets. The world building in Star Wars is crazy, man. Very deep world building, obviously. But Xanus is a better story than the Star Wars originals. Like Luke saving his father from the dark side is a good story, but it's not as good. Becoming a Jedi, it's not as good as my story. My story is better than even George Lucas's Star Wars originals. Even George will tell me, Ivan, your story is better than my originals, Ivan. Yeah, it's better than your originals, and it's better than your prequels, obviously, and it's better than the Disney shit show sequels, obviously. So I'm sorry. Yeah. Ivan, what's your favorite trilogy? The originals is the best, obviously, and then second for me is the prequels. And then the sequels are the worst for me. I like the prequels more than the sequels. The sequels were terrible, man. I did not like the sequels that much, man. Because even though a lot of fans did not like George Lucas's prequels, at least the prequels had a cohesive story about the Anakin story, right? A slave kid in the planet of Tatooine becomes a Jedi and he turns to the dark side. At least you have a cohesive story, whereas the sequels had no story. It was all over the place, man. The first movie had a build-up story, then the other ones, they shot the bed. Obviously. Some sorry. Yeah. Ivan, you a prequel hater? No, I'm not a prequel hater. I think the prequels are pretty good. I think Revenge of the Sith is a masterpiece. That's an amazing movie. Phantom Menace is pretty good. Attack of the Clones is not that good, obviously, but I'm not a prequel hater. I think George Lucas did a good job. I think the prequels were good movies. The Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith were good movies. Whereas Attack of the Clones has problems. Attack of the Clones was not bad. It wasn't that good. But at least, yeah, it had a cohesive story, right? Yeah. Whereas Disney, they shat on George Lucas like I see. They didn't even plan their fucking trilogy. If you're gonna purchase the biggest IP in the world, like it's common sense. You plan your trilogy. You don't just write one story and you give a send off to another director. Because what J.J. Abrams did was he wrote he directed and wrote Force Awakens, and he just handed it off to Rian Johnson. Do whatever you want to do. You don't do that. You got to have a plan. Okay, this is what we're gonna do for movie one, and then for movie two, you have a plan that's consistent. That continues your story. But they just gave Rian Johnson the keys to the kingdom, and they gave him the reins to do whatever he wanted to do. And then he made so many changes to J.J. Abrams' original plan when he did The Force Awakens. J.J. Abrams tried his best to fix what Rian Johnson did in Rise of Skywalker, but he couldn't fix it, man. That's why Rise of Skywalker was a mess, man. And the trilogy was a complete mess. The two movies were a mess. Force Awakens is the only movie where it's not it's pretty good. You have the build up the character of Rey, obviously, but the other two movies they were a mess. Obviously, they had a lot of problems. So I'm saying, because Disney didn't plan the Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, obviously, some saying. Yeah. But you're looking at a better movie trilogy than Star Wars, guys. The Star Wars originals. They will be a better movie trilogy than Star Wars originals, guys. You're looking at the best movie trilogy ever made. Yeah. And once everyone sees Xanus, yeah, Xanus is the best movie trilogy ever made. Nothing will ever top it. Yeah, nothing will top Xanus. Xanus will be the best movie trilogy ever made. An unbeatable trilogy. No trilogy will top that. It will beat Lord of the Rings. It will take the number one spot. It will beat Lord of the Rings, and it will beat The Matrix. It will beat The Godfather. It will beat the Star Wars originals. There's a lot of people, they say like Star Wars originals and Lord of the Rings and like Godfather are among like the top trilogies ever made. But Xanus will beat that. Yeah. In my opinion, Lord of the Rings is the best movie trilogy ever made. And second for me is the Star Wars originals. But Xanus will be better than Lord of the Rings, man. It'll be a better movie trilogy than Lord of the Rings. And it'll be a better movie trilogy than Star Wars originals. And it'll be better than The Godfather. Yeah. Because Godfather 3, I heard, was not that good. Hence why Godfather, the first two movies are good, but Godfather 3 was not that good. You see what I'm saying? And The Godfather, even though it's a masterpiece, for me, it's a little bit on the boring side. It's not a movie I can watch that many times. It's a masterpiece. I saw the first two movies. It's a masterpiece, but it's a little on. It's not a movie I can watch many times. It's a little boring for me personally. It's not that entertaining. It's a little on the boring side. It's a masterpiece, obviously, amazing story, but it's a little boring for me. The Godfather's, I'm sorry. It's a little boring for me. The Godfather. Whereas Zane's will be the best one Judge ever made, man. You guys will see I'm going to read my book. I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote an amazing story. I wrote a masterpiece. An amazing story. A masterpiece. That's why the gate's one controller banner. I mean, I know how good it is, man. I know you don't like the keys, Ivan. You haven't Zion, you trip and everything. You know what I'm saying? You got panic attacks, and the keys can make you depressed and everything. But, like, you can open your door so easily and make your easy billions. That's how you open your door, Ivan, and you make your easy money, and the gates don't touch your money, man. If you didn't have the keys, you'd be sharing, you wouldn't get your VJ all fresh yourself. You'd be sharing with a garbage wife and with the world, and your life would be miserable. That's why God had to give you the keys, Ivan. Because the world you made is a mess. That's why God gave you the keys. That way the gates don't dupe you. So, Sarah? Yeah. I guarantee you all the authors out there, all the aspiring writers out there, and all the authors out there, say, holy shit, how do you do it, man? Like, you know how to hook the reader. Yeah, like, every time I read a bit of your writing, you hook me. Yeah, my writing, I'm an amazing storyteller. I know how to hook you. I know how to control your mind and keep you hooked. I'm an amazing storyteller. You guys read my Very Unique, and you read that snippet I showed you of Xanus, the end of Volume 2, towards the end of Volume 2, right? When Cassius is talking to Tactius in the balcony outside, Cassius can't sleep, yeah? You're looking at, I'm an amazing storyteller. I know how to keep you hooked. A creative genius, man. I'm a creative genius. I know how to keep you hooked. Yeah, man. I'm a creative genius. I know how to keep you hooked. I'm a creative genius. Yeah, man. Creative genius. Were you as good of a storyteller before? No. When I wrote my first book, the Islamic book, my writing was not as, it was pretty good, but it was not as good, but that's how I practiced my writing. It was pretty good, obviously, but I wrote like 30,000 words of that novel, and that's how I practiced my writing. And when I wrote Xanus, my writing became more polished, obviously. And because I had that experience of writing a previous novel, I wrote over 30,000 words of that Islamic novel. I decided to write Xanus, and my writing got polished better. And I didn't know I was that good of a writer until I started reading my book. I'm like, holy shit, my book is fucking interesting, man. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, I'm gifted. And I didn't know I was God right there. And now I know why I'm gifted, because I'm God and God gave me the gift. And now all makes sense, right? God gave me the gift, obviously. He gave me the gift. And that's why I'm an amazing storyteller. You guys read my Very Unique. Yeah, that sounds like a 6-star to your story. Yes. You hooked me. Yes, I hooked you. And you read the snippets of the beginning of the Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. And you also read what I showed you today about the end of Volume 2 when Cassius can't sleep. He's talking to Tactius. He talks about the wolves coming and everything. Yeah, that sounds sick. You hooked me. That sounds like a sick, entertaining scene. Yes. I'm an amazing storyteller. I know how to what? Hook you, man. I got the gift. I got it. Yeah, man. I got the gift. Yeah. I got the gift. I got the gift. Yeah, man. I got the gift. I got the gift. And you're welcome, sweetie. Yeah. So VJ can't do shit. Yeah, if VJ wants to write a book because she's under the gates, she'd be traditionally published, and the gates would take all her money. Because she's under the gatekeepers, they're never gonna let her make her money because she's fucking stupid, man. Victoria Justice, you're a fucking idiot, VJ, man. That's why VJ pisses me off, man. She fucking what, man? She's fucking stupid, man. Like, you fucking sell it when you have the keys, VJ. How stupid can you be, man? Like, oh my god, man. Yeah, man, she's fucking stupid, man. Yeah, man. My wife, man, she's a fucking idiot, man. Yeah, man. Yo, I fucked up, man. Get me out of here, man. I can't stand Holly, man. Get me out of here, man. I want to be queen with you. I want to be in the magazine. I want your piece of your blades. I want to sign Amazon. I want to try these. She's fucking crazy. Crazy woman, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. So her crying is annoying. Yeah, man. It's really annoying. But I ignore her every night because I know she's going to keep fucking guys after that, man. That's why I can't take VJ seriously when she cries to me. She's like, I love you so much. Oh, I love you and all that stuff. And after you cry, you text the guys and go fuck them out of that. That's why I can't take you seriously, VJ. Well, I stay faithful to you and you're fucking all these guys. She's like, you too, Ivan. Yeah, VJ, don't play that game with me, man. Yes, I'm gonna pay the fee, but right now I'm fucking faithful. I'm not seeing anybody, man. I'm a 33-year-old pure holy virgin. Whereas you're a cheating whore. Hey, Ivan's untouched, man. He's holy. Even though he has mental issues and he trips and everything and has anxiety, he's a holy good man. Whereas me, I don't have mental illness, but I'm fucking cheating whore and I fuck guys every week. Yeah, that's the difference between me and VJ. Obviously. I'm sorry, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of authors around the world, they have better like word choice. Yeah, a lot of these famous authors around the world, they have a lot of they have amazing choice of words for their speech and dialogue. Beautiful written literature, but the story is a bit, it's boring, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you may wow me with your beautiful words, but is your story interesting? Is it entertaining? You guys see what I'm saying here? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like you read some books, the writing is beautiful, but like the story's not going anywhere. It's boring. It's not entertaining. Is the story? Are you hooking the reader? It's about the reader. Are you hooking the reader with your characters and your story? That's what's important. Not you're wowing the reader with your amazing, beautiful speech, word choices. That's good, but is the story interesting? Are you hooking the reader? I'm sorry? Yeah. That's why I stand out from a lot of these authors. Because I don't spend time wowing you with big words. What I do is I focus on the characters and telling an amazing story, and I do my very best to hook the reader. Obviously. Samsara? Yeah. And you guys read my very unique that I showed you yesterday. And that sounds like a 6-star to your story. Yes. And I showed you the end of Volume 3, the snippet of Volume 3. And that sounds sick. Yes, with Cassius talking to Tactius. And you guys also read the beginning of Volume 1, 2, and 3 of my book when I showed you a couple of days ago in my previous video. That sounds like a sick book. Yes. So far, what I showed you guys, you guys impressed? Yeah, I'm impressed. You are a good storyteller, man. You got it, man. Yeah, I got it, man. I got the gift. Yeah, man, I got the creative gift. Yeah, man. I got the creative gift. I got the creative gift. got the creative gift. Oh, I have a cigarette here. Nice. I'll smoke this one, guys. Almost unreal, guys. Yeah. So, Ivan, what will book critics say about your book behind the scenes? They're going to be saying, yeah, this is a literary masterpiece. This is an epic fantasy story. This is a page turner. It's crazy, man. The whole world's buzzing. Holy shit, man. Ivan wrote a fucking masterpiece, man. That's the best fantasy novel ever written. Yeah. It's better than Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's better than Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. And it's number one on the charts. Number one sell on the charts, man. I don't know, 800 million copies sold around the world. Yeah, I make like my $50 million of the book, yeah. Yeah. He's like, honey, how much money did you make off your book, by the way? I'm like, I made $50 million. You made $50 million off your book? I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, Ivan, are you going to share that with me? I'm like, yes, I will, VJ, relax. I'm going to share it with you, man, chill. She wants a piece of my billions, yeah. You know, Ivan, thank God you didn't sell my... Had you sold out, the Gates would have taken all our money out. We never would have been billionaires. We would have lost our freedom, and you would have had me garbage and trash. I would have saw hell, yeah, Alicia wouldn't have, our life would have been destroyed, I know. I made the right choice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see the book critics saying behind the scenes, Xanus is a page turner. It's an amazing, one of a kind, epic fantasy story. All these crazy reviews. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It won't be in the public eye. Behind the scenes, it's crazy. The whole world will be buzzing. Holy shit, man. Ivan wrote a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. That's like the best fantasy novel ever written. That's the best fantasy novel ever written. Yeah, no author kept me hooked the way Ivan did. There's something about Ivan's writing that's very unique. He knows how to hook the reader and keep you turning the page. Whereas all these other authors, they hook you sometimes, but other times the reader's bored. They wow you with amazing words and everything, but the story's not really flowing. It's boring. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Ivan, there's something about his writing whereby he doesn't wow you with a lot of these beautiful words. Sometimes I wow you with beautiful words, obviously, but he knows how to like keep the story flowing and keep you hooked. And have the characters jump on the page. Yes, I'm a gifted storyteller. God gave me a gift. I'm sorry. I'm an amazing storyteller. God gave me a gift. God gave me the gift. I'm sorry. Yeah. God gave me the gift. That's why what? Xanus will be the best fantasy novel written, man. There's a reason why the Gates will control your pen, Ivan, man. They know you wrote. Yeah, Ivan wrote a masterpiece, man. He's amazing. He's an amazing storyteller. Yeah, he's gifted. Yeah. God gave me the gifts. I can do stand-up comedy. You guys saw my art. You can do stand-up comedy. Yes, I can do stand-up comedy. I'm pretty good. I'm a little raw in stand-up comedy, but if I hone my craft, I can get better, obviously. I'm not as funny as guys like Dave Chappelle and Russell Peters and all them, but I'm pretty good, right? Yeah, you're pretty good. You know, they say, you made me chuckle and laugh, man. You're pretty good. Yes, man, I'm gifted, man. I can do stand comedy. I can write books. I can write music like VJ. I can rap. I can sing. You know what I'm saying? My acting is not the greatest, obviously. I have to work on my acting. My acting, I have to work. I steal the show, obviously. Anything out of here is good, but in terms of my skill, I gotta hone my craft on that. That's why I might have an acting coach teach me, help me out when I work on things with VJ. He's a guy, and I recommend you hire an acting coach to hone your craft on in acting. That way, I'm a better actor for Xanus. Yeah. Whereas VJ is already VJ is a better skilled actor than me, obviously, because she has the Hollywood experience. She's not the best actor in Hollywood, but VJ is more skilled than me in acting because she has experience. She acted in many movies in Hollywood. She has that experience. I don't have that experience for Xanus. I've never been in a Hollywood level movie. I've been in movies, but not Hollywood level movies, right? I've been in like small C-list movies, but I've never been in like a Hollywood level movie. VJ's been in Hollywood shows, Hollywood movies. She has that experience that I don't have. That's why I might have to have an acting coach. Oh my God. People tell me, yeah, you might have to have an acting coach help you with your acting, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you steal the show, and you know what I'm saying? I recommend you practice your acting, Ivan. People tell me that, and I practice my acting. I'm going to really prep myself for the agony scene in Volume 3. I ought to really prep myself for that. Because I'm facing the devil himself, Eric the devil himself. Some sir? Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ivan, show us more scenes. Okay, fine. I'll show you one more scene in my book, and that's it. I'm not going to show you guys anymore because I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. Yeah, I showed you guys. I'm only going to show you this. I'm not going to show anymore because I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. I'll show you the scene in Volume 2 when Tactius and them get thrown in a dungeon. I'll show you the scene with Lithia and her father. So you're going to see VJ. I'll show you that scene. And after that, I'm not going to show anymore, guys. And this is why my book is a masterpiece. It's an amazing story. Alright, you're amazing writer. Yes, I am. Ivan, show us the scene with he feeds us. No, man, I don't want to spoil the story for you there. That I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil that. That's a big plot twist. I don't want to spoil that for you. I'll show you this scene here. Guys can pause and read it. And after that, this is the snippets I'm showing you. I'm not going to show you anymore. And this is why my book is Bear in Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. It's a masterpiece, man. I wrote an amazing book. Yeah, man. I'm only going to show you this small snippet of the scene. Alright, what happens after that? I'm not going to show you. Because I don't want to spoil the story for you. Okay. Okay, here's the scene. Wait, why is it not showing? Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay. You can read this part here. Pause and read it. And I'll show you this part here. You can pause and read that. And that's it. Alright, that sounds sick. Yeah, that's the when tactics them get thrown in a dungeon. I was almost pull a sword for you. You'll find me when you read it, right? You're looking at a masterpiece. And that's why when I told you guys I'm a gifted storyteller, I wasn't joking around. I'm an amazing storyteller. It's a gift that I have. Yeah, anyways, guys, here's the video, guys. I talked for an hour and 50 minutes. That's good enough. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shift at Cocoa Fruity. Or I might make another video tonight. We'll see what happens. This is Ivan the Mayor. I'm signing out. Peace, guys. Talk to you soon. Don't hate me, guys. Peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed this show I made for you about Xanus. You're welcome, sweetie.